What up, viewers? What up? What up? Today is April 5th, Friday, and that means that we are going to talk about some video game news. So let's jump right in and get started. Awesome thing happened this week. I get to talk about the same video game for 2 weeks in a row. Last week at PAX, Borderlands 3 was announced that it is coming, and then this week we had a trailer drop that said it is coming sooner than I expected. It is coming September 13th of this year. I thought, but based on the teaser trailer and based on the lack of voiceover, that the game wasn't coming until 2020. But I would be the first to admit that I was wrong. And I would now looking back on it, I think that the amount of like gameplay they showed maybe should have keyed me off. But I'm excited to play it. I'm going to play all of the Borderlands all the time. So excited! Everything looks cool. Looks like the same Borderlands experience that I've been wanting. Hopefully, it's learned something from the looter shooters that have been in the market since Borderlands 2 hit the market. But yeah, just super excited to check it out. The one thing I will say is it's slightly tangentially related. I tried to buy the GameStop exclusive Diamond Collector's Edition, because I'm a collector's edition buyer, as you can see with my Red Deads and my Fallouts. Yeah, I'm a collector's edition buyer, so I tried to buy the GameStop exclusive Diamond collector's edition for Borderlands 3, and it was $250, and I couldn't get my hands on it because the site crashed, and I couldn't pre-order online, and something about I had to come to a store and give them $25 to get some blah blah blah, and they sold out immediately. Which I knew would happen. I don't know why this happens. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't like retailer exclusive editions to of the game. I do like retailer exclusive like content or items maybe. Like, you know, if you pre-order from Target, you'll get a keychain, and if you pre-order from Best Buy, then you get a mason jar. Those are cool. Fine, I'm fine with those. But like an edition of the game that I cannot get. I wanted my collector's edition, and I could only get it through GameStop, and they have the crappiest website. I could pay through PayPal through their freaking website. It was just so old school and antiquated. I tried to go to Amazon to buy it to figure out, and then found out that it's GameStop exclusive. Yeah, just all of that left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm super excited. I want the collector's edition. I remember the last one came with a claptrap, and the one before that came with like an actually opening loot box. The game looks awesome. I want to play that game. Borderlands 3. Tell me if you're gonna play it. Super cool. So excited for it. Next, there was a lot of like small like semi-political things that happened in video games this week. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, is going to have a meeting to talk about loot boxes and their place in our economy. And that's going to be in August or September. I forget what it was. I think it was August. But they're going to talk about loot boxes since this is slowly beginning traction. I think the representative for Hawaii had talked about them. Several countries in Europe have like banned them. I think in China you have to list the percentages of drops for specific drops in the loot boxes. So a lot of countries, a lot of politicians have talked about loot boxes and how bad they are. I don't think they're as bad as they're saying, but maybe they do deserve some regulation. I'm not going to weigh in on that. Tell me what you think about loot boxes down below, in a pleasant and nice way. But yeah, I think maybe government interaction is too far. But you know, we'll see what happens. Next, another controversial, not political, but controversial thing came up this week. Players of Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, the latest From Software game, and published by Activision. People are claiming that it is too hard, and they want a difficulty scale so they could scale the difficulty down. And then people are rallying against them, against the people who want an easy mode. They're rallying against them because they think that From Software games are all about their difficulty, and by lowering the difficulty, you're, compromising the gameplay value that it has. I am in the give them an easy mode. The more people you can get to play your game, the better. The more money that From Software and Activision can make. Maybe not Activision, big corporate overlords and all that crap. But the more money that From Software makes by putting in an easy mode, the more players you can get is only for the better. I personally play games on the super awesome or super dumb, crazy hard, kill me in one hit kind of games. I did it with Witcher. I did it with God of War. Like, I play games because I only want to play them once for the achievements. And usually there's a play a game on the hardest difficulty achievement. And so I only want to play the game once on super hard difficulty. And I have a whole bunch of other opinions about the difficulty in games and why I play them that way. But give people the easy mode. I don't care if you have an easy mode. It doesn't affect my gameplay. That's the one thing I don't think. There was like an analog about like horror movies. Like, hey, I don't like horror movies, so I want a horror movie. Very bad arguments were made as to why Sekiro shouldn't have an easy mode. I completely disagree with them. Let more people play your freaking game by putting in a difficulty adjustment, so that people can voluntarily choose how difficult the game is. Yeah, I don't know why. It's that easy. You want more players, give them a difficulty scale. But cool. Moving on. Switch VR Labo, the latest Labo where you can put your Switch in and play in VR, is getting two games that you wouldn't have expected. Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey are both coming to Switch VR. Now, I don't know if they'll be in first person. I wouldn't think so. I don't even think there's a first person mode in Breath of the Wild. So maybe you're just rolling around in 3D, like really close to your face. But yeah, those two games are coming to Nintendo Switch VR Labo, and it should be fun. Another way to experience the game if you are into that. Tell me what you think about it. Ubisoft has finally ended production of Starlink. Who would have guessed it, that the Toys to Life market had already imploded, and then they put in their bid, and then it died, and then theirs didn't do well. There was the potential that with like a vacuum of Toys to Life, that you could fill that void, but that is apparently not true. So Ubisoft not successful with Starlink. I still think it looks like the best Star Fox experience that you can have in the last 5 years. They might as well have just branded it Star Fox, and I want to play it on my Switch anyway. But I haven't bought it because Toys to Life is dead. And Ubisoft is letting it go quietly into the night, and I won't give it a moment of silence because I didn't really like Toys to Life to begin with. Other than Amiibos, I did like Amiibos. Or I do like Amiibos, but I like them as collector's items and not as game accessories. But I could be wrong. Tell me what you think about Toys to Life down below in the comments. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hated comments for hardcore Toys to Life fans. So if I do, put them in the comments below, and we can talk about Toys to Life. Next, there was a Total War Warhammer 2 trailer this week. That is a mouthful. I don't know why they didn't. I always think it's just called Total Warhammer, but it is Total War, Warhammer 2, because they've made a second one. Anyway, they had a trailer announcing, I think 2 races, but they're announcing new races coming to Total War Warhammer 2. God, that's a mouthful. So they announced 2 races, and they did it in a very like cool, cheeky, fun way. You had the Skravens. They were like walking around. One of them gets shot from nowhere. No one knows what's going on. And then you have the scene from Predator where they like get all their guns and they start mowing down the forest trying to kill the monster. And then it turns out to be Lizardmen. I think Lizardmen were already in Total War Warhammer 2. and I think the Skravens are the new ones, but correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong down below in the comments. Last but certainly not least, Sega has a micro console coming to the market for $80. It will have 40 games. We only know 10 of them. One of them is Castlevania Bloodlines, and one of them is Sonic the Hedgehog, which would be the games that I would be playing. But we only know those 10. It will have 40, but we only know 10 of them, and they'll be released intermittently until it launches. Crap, what was it? September? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, that's it for the video game news report this week. Let me know if you think I missed anything. If you want to talk about any other video game news that you saw this week, feel free to leave it in the comments below. If you're watching me live on my Twitch channel, I appreciate you checking me out. A follow goes a long way, and a subscribe goes a really long way. I've got emotes and all that kind of fun stuff. So any help would be appreciated. And if you're watching me, I typically publish this on Saturday mornings. If you're watching me on my YouTube, then a like and a subscribe goes a long way over there as well. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you have a super weekend, and talk to me about video games. Bye! Whew. Great! It's great.